Welcome everyone. I'm Indrani Vayyaril, Assistant Professor, Department of Mathematics, Government Science College Autonomous, Bengaluru. My mail ID is in_7@rediffmail.com. I would like to thank Assistant Professor H.V. Geeta and Dr. T.G. Sudha for putting in tremendous efforts to write the programs in Maxima. I would like to thank our HOD, Sanjay Kumar Patankar, for his concern towards students and consistent support for the progress of departmental activities. Last but not the least, I would like to thank all our department members for their contribution to other online videos. Let us discuss about illustration of convergent, divergent, and oscillatory sequences. A sequence AN is said to be convergent if limit of an as n tends to infinity is equal to L, where L is a finite quantity. It is said to be divergent if limit of an as n tends to infinity equals plus or minus infinity. And it is said to be oscillatory if limit of an as n tends to infinity is equal to L, where L is not unique. That is, the sequence AN is said to be convergent, divergent, or oscillatory based upon the limit value of the sequence. Let us now take up a problem. Test the convergence of the sequence whose nth term is AN equals 2n plus 3 divided by 3n plus 4. Let us discuss the manual part of the problem first. Given AN as 2n plus 3 divided by 3n plus 4, where AN is the nth term of the sequence, let us apply the limit on both the sides. If I apply the limit directly, I get infinity by infinity, which is said to be an indeterminate form. So therefore, we need to modify this and then apply the limit. So let us consider 2n plus 3 divided by 3n plus 4. Take out n common in the numerator, and after n gets eliminated, this expression I can consider now for simplification. So therefore, limit of an as n tends to infinity equals limit of 2 plus 3 by n divided by 3 plus 4 by n as n tends to infinity. So if I apply the limit now, I get 2 plus 3 by infinity and 3 plus 4 by infinity. As we all know, any number by infinity is 0. I get this expression to be simplified as 2 by 3. That is, limit of an as n tends to infinity, we are getting as 2 by 3, which is a finite value. Therefore, the given sequence is a convergent sequence. Let us take up the Maxima program for this problem. Any Maxima program, we begin with kill-all. So kill-all is a command to erase all the previous commands that has been there in Maxima. And we end with dollar or semicolon sign. So dollar we put to hide the command, and semicolon we give to display the output. Now the nth term, I store it in E, and for writing the nth term, we write it as 2 star n plus 3, put it in brackets, divided by, again in brackets you write 3 star n plus 4. Now E is a username we say. When I say username, you can change it as per your choice. And we have to end with semicolon to display this output. And we use colon here for assigning the expression. And the variable involved is n. So I'm using again an username as var, and I'm giving a dollar sign as I don't need to see the output. Now to evaluate the limit, I use a command limit. This is an inbuilt command. When I say inbuilt command, you are not supposed to make any changes. You have to take it as it is. So within the brackets we write E, that is the nth term, var, that is the variable involved, and inf, which stands for infinity. So this entire value of the limit is stored in L. And here I've given dollar sign. We can even give semicolon to see the output. Now to check whether the command based on the limit value, to see whether the output is convergent, divergent, or oscillatory, I have to give a command accordingly. So let us write if absolute value of L is equal to infinity, then this the given sequence is divergent. Over here, absolute value of L means it is a modulus value, only the positive value it is taking, and equals we assign for checking whether the two values are equal. So for checking purpose we use equals, for assigning we use colon. Now other option I'll give, else if absolute value of L is not equal to infinity and absolute value of L is not equal to indeterminate form, then this the given sequence is convergent. Over here, hash is used for not equal to and IND we use for indeterminate form. Now I have discussed about divergent and convergent. So the other option left is oscillatory. So if I just this else, it will automatically take the third option. So I can write else this, the given sequence is oscillatory. Let us now open the Maxima window. And paste the program here. Let me use Alt I to increase the font. Let me repeat, I'm using Alt I for increasing the font. For decreasing the font, use Alt O. So let us execute. For executing this program, you have to use Shift Enter. And for executing, the cursor can be anywhere in the program. The position of the cursor can be anywhere. Okay, let us see the output now. This is what we are getting. So here, let me just see the output value for limit. So I'll give semicolon here. So when I execute, I get the value of the limit. So when I put $sign, value of the limit is evaluated, but it has been stored or hidden here, right? So always cross check the nth term, the value of the limit, and the output. So now let us discuss some of the common errors that we come across. Now if I remove this $sign, or I would have forgotten the $sign while typing, let us see what will happen. So here I'm getting E is not an infix operator. So after this symbol, there is the letter E. So it will mention that E is not an infix operator. So it indicates that if you are familiar with this error, you will know that where the error is and you can rectify the error there. Right? So let us re-execute again. Fine. Let us repeat this once again for the next line. We execute. So here, what do we have? After the symbol, there is the word VAR. So it is taking the entire thing and it is telling VAR is not an infix operator. So the moment you read this error, you should know what the error is. Let me put back this. Let me try out once again. Okay, it's slow. So now I'm getting the error. Now here you see the error is displayed and I'm getting the output. In order to, when I'm getting the output, it means that the program is correct. But this error is the previous one, what has been done. So what I have to do, I have to re-execute once again. Then the error will go. Alright. So after the correction also, still you are getting the output, but still the error is displayed. Then you have to execute once again. Right. Let us try once again here. Right. So you can see now, if is not an infix operator. So see where your if is, and before that, insert the necessary symbol. Right. Okay. The other common mistake what we do is, instead of giving colons, we give equals. So let's see what will happen. So over here, I get 2n plus 3 divided by 3n plus 4e, and the limit value is not getting evaluated. Alright. So therefore, it means that there is some correction here and you need to go back to this. assign it. All right, let us cross check. Here again, you can see here the limit value will be written like this. Here it has been evaluated, but it is written L equals. Fine. Now, let me just show you one more common mistake. Over here, by mistake, I give colon. Let us see what will happen. So here you see it will say colon cannot assign to modulus of L. Alright. So absolute value of L, I said it is modulus, right? So it is telling colon cannot to assign this. So it's understood you have given colon at a wrong place. So therefore go back here and correct it. And always after each change, cross check the output. Now, one more common error I would like to discuss is in the inbuilt command. So over here, this is a common mistake that we come across. Instead of limit, as we write LIM, we write LIM here also. But see what will happen in the output. We get LIM, this is the nth term, and this is the variable, and this is infinity. But here you will not get the value of the limit, right? So therefore, it's understood there is some error over here in the inbuilt command. So therefore, correct it once again and write it, right? I hope students it is clear for you some of the errors, right? And I want you to do trial and error in this way and cross check what happens in each stage. So when you're doing this, it will help you to learn the program better. So now note down the output as you got. Similarly, you can try out other problems. Test the convergence of the sequences whose nth terms are as follows. I hope students you can try out all these problems and try out trial and error in the Maxima program. Thank you.